And so for us, the important part is understanding how to right size the offer. The problem with coupons is coupons have the precision of a cluster bomb. Basically, Pat may go off and be able to want to buy the product, and giving a coupon to a loyal customer is Pat loves it and it's great, but it doesn't actually influence any of Pat's purchase decisions. And so we can very precisely target the offer so it has the intended benefit. That if Pat's a loyal customer, we reward that loyalty. If you are deciding between a couple of different brands, to ensure that you're making the right choice and buying our partners' products. But the big advantage is that we can track that purchase history over time. And so it's not just winning that single purchase, which in and of itself is important, but I don't think actually drives meaningful return on investment. It's the purchases that happen over time and our ability to control for whether this offer actually influenced behavior or didn't.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's after lifetime value, right? And we've talked about it in the industry for years, but nobody had the data or the wherewithal to truly get to it, right? So what you do is you fall back to, Wes, what you teed up there was traditional couponing and even digital couponing. All that does is perpetuate the race to the bottom. You are encouraging the switching behavior versus actively trying to engage with that customer and drive specific behaviors. To your point, if you're sitting in between and you're trying to decide, let's give them an incentive to decide for us. If I am loyal in that example, then there's a different behavior that you want from me. You want me to buy more of that, or you would like me to be introduced to another part of your portfolio. We have the ability now to leverage data with precision to drive those types of behavior versus guess at it.
Well, I love your point though. LTV, and I've seen this when you go in and people will talk about, they understand what LTV is and they'll say a number. The problem, and the thing that I think that they're missing is the fact that every customer has a different LTV. And if you can't treat them uniquely different because you don't have that one-to-one relationship, just because you know that a consumer is worth $92.37 a year, what does that do for you? How are you actually going to influence that unless you can go and say, Pat is at $63, David Burke is at $72, and then give targeted tactics that will actually influence that over time.
Some of our best partners are leveraging that very thing, is identifying people not based on traditional demographics or age or income, but what they're actually doing. They're voting with their dollars. How do I get them to vote more often?
Well, I mean, the final point that I'll make on that is just the ability to influence. It's outside of the normal communication stream that any one retailer or one brand would have. You think about a traditional loyalty program like you talked about. Right. Well, when are you going to take out that loyalty program and engage with it? Probably when you're already planning on going to that store. Versus with something like Fetch, the consumer is already thinking, hey, no matter where I'm going, I'm going to check Fetch. We know where they're on their way to and can intercept and say, oh, by the way, you don't have to drive cross town. If you just pick it up right here on the way, we'll give you some extra points to offset maybe it being a little bit more expensive, but you can do it. And I think that level of connectivity to the consumer, that's what we're talking about. It's more than just the data, it's that also the connection.